Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your September the 26th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I hope you're doing well this morning. I am working on positive thinking, and I'm telling you, it takes effort. Takes effort. So, welcome to the podcast this morning, and thank you for spending your morning with me. Open-mindedness and the third tradition. Tradition 3 asks us to practice open-mindedness toward ourselves, toward others, and toward the possibility of change. That comes from Guiding Principles, Tradition 3, 4 members. Tradition 3, which states that the desire to stop using is the only requirement for Narcotics Anonymous membership, is direct, inclusive, and thorough. We can even say that it's radical in what it invites us to do. Leave our judgments about who qualifies for NA membership at the door. As individual addicts, we decide if we qualify, and we leave that decision to others to make for themselves. As with all spiritual principles applied to any single step or tradition, open-mindedness is not an I got this position we take. It's an ongoing process that demands work. The excerpts from our literature that are read aloud in meetings continually confront our views about who is an addict or what is recovery. We need to keep reading them, hearing them, and acting on them. They support NA's values of inclusiveness and acceptance of all addicts, no matter where we come from or what we look like, what substances, delivery method, or quantities we used, what's on our resumes, criminal or otherwise, whom we are attracted to, what our spiritual pursuits have been in the past, if any, and so on. We are all welcome here in theory, and ideally, we're welcomed by each other in practice. At the practical core of this tradition is not only open-mindedness, but also compassion for ourselves and for others. We begin to reject our preconceived notions of belonging, relieve that even a slight desire is enough. We become willing to be a part of a group that will have us as a member. For many of us, that's tough going, as in the past, we've resisted becoming a member of anything. Our dual low self respect and lack of humility told us that a group that welcomes us and is so open to anybody probably is for losers anyway. So why bother? We bother because we're desperate and we want our lives to improve. As we grow, open-mindedness further expands our investment in others' health and well-being. It's the gateway to empathy and unconditional love. Our open-mindedness helps keep others in the room who doubt that they qualify as addicts, who fear being part of a group, or who think that they can't stay clean. I will put my membership to good use by actively practicing open-mindedness. I'll do what I can to make space for others to grow. What a marvelous meditation. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the wee version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. How are we doing? Open-mindedness in the third tradition, only requirement for membership is a desire to stop using. But so oftentimes I can find myself sitting in a meeting and I can even question someone's desire. How in the world would I know if a person has the desire to stop using? Having the desire to stop using doesn't mean that you're successful at stopping. You could have used just seconds before coming into the meeting and have a desire. See, that's the issue. Is sometimes we try to judge that, and that's not our business. It's not my business to try and determine someone's desire. The question is, do I still have, you can show up at a meeting and not have a desire. How about that? I could show up at a meeting and not have a desire to stop. And I could have stayed stopped. Poor grammar, I know. For a while. But you're not going to tell me I'm not a member. Why would I let you tell me that I'm not a member? Why? Because even in the moment, if I'm struggling, it's going to come back. It's going to come back to me. The desire to stop.
Alert from Google, password required.
That's why it's way better, excuse me, guys. It's way better to be in the mode of just making sure that Narcotics Anonymous is inclusive. And that when I'm at a meeting, that I am displaying our NA values of inclusivity and open-mindedness, so that when people do come in, because of my behavior, the way that I carry the message, I'm setting an atmosphere of recovery, and I'm making the capacity in the room for them to grow, which is what everyone else did for me when I got here and continue to do. My name is Mighty Stream. I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose.